to the session called Vision 2025. Styria goes headless with Experience Portals. We're going to stick with the Experience Portals and we're going to learn how a leading tourism destination uses Pimcore Experience Portals, implemented MDM and distributes data to partners via Pimcore Data APIs. And our talk shows the digital transformation of one of the leading tourism destinations in Austria. And I'm sure all of you love the topic of tourism because it's always connected to, well, beautiful, good emotions when traveling abroad. And I'm super excited to hear more about how Styria Tourism provides the best content and data experience to their guests, partners, and other stakeholders. Please welcome consultant at Elements, Michael Urban, and distribution and IT web team lead at Styria Tourism, Markus Leitner.
Thanks, Felix, for introducing. Hi, everyone. We are very glad to be here on stage today. We want to present you a very great project as we did together. And first of all, some words about us. I'm consultant at Elements, at the agency that also founded Pimcore, so I was chosen to be a representative today. I'm really proud, and I'm also very proud to have Markus here with me from Styria Tourism. He is the distribution and web head in their team, and we are doing lots of great things together. A bit later, Klaus will join us again, who you already know from the session before. He will then bring a Pimcore perspective to this session here, and yeah, let's move on, I'd say. We have a great partnership, so for more than 10 years now, this is a little bit comparable to the story of Pimcore because we are working together nearly the same time, and it's very great to work together with Styria Tourism as we did the third website now. It's always a great honor to work on projects together because they have a great attitude as a pioneer in tourism. They are always grateful to be the first ones choosing new solutions and always based on Pimcore. That's really great. This year we did the last relaunch, so the third one together, and we are also very proud that Styria trusts us and was the first Pimcore Enterprise subscription for Elements. So this is a really great partnership for more than 10 years now.
Yeah. Thank you, Michael. It's a really pleasure for me or for us to work with you together for more than 10 years. Hello, grüß euch, and heartily welcome to the audience, of course. My name is Markus Leitner, and I'm the head of digitalization in the Styrian Tourism Organization. And I'm glad to be here at Pimcore Inspire today, and many thanks a lot to Elements and Pimcore for the invitation. So let's have a look at our new tourism strategy. In the last year, we started a structural transformation process in the Styrian tourism. So in former times, we had about 96 tourism organizations and destinations in Styria. So it was a really hard challenge for us to set up together any project because it was really hard and difficult to match all the different wishes and requirements with hundreds of these people. It was nearly a mission impossible. Yeah? So our solution for this problem was a kind of downsizing to at least only 11 professional tourism organizations and destinations, and it really has succeeded. Let's talk about the new data strategy. Because of this new tourism strategy, we was now able to set up a new data strategy for the whole of the tourism in Styria. The biggest problem at the beginning was to bring all the different destinations and organizations together in just a few primary systems, where the acting people in Styrian tourism can store and edit their whole data. Finally, our primary systems are now Ferrotel, Autoactive, and of course Pimcore. Our aim was to put all this data together in one content and data hub for the Styrian tourism. There we can manage all data in one central spot. Our approach was, of course, the users first. And now we are able to give our users and guests the right and relevant data for each point of sales in the customer journey. And what about the objectives and goals? But which objectives and chances do we have with this new data strategy? First of all, we can avoid thousands of duplicates in our content and data. A big adventure also is the reduction of costs and resources in this corporate data hub. We think that we can reduce nearly the half of our overall costs in the next years. Another objective is that we can increase our quality of our data, and this is very important for our guests and users. Together we have now a powerful and competitive position in the tourism. And finally, with this new strategy and data hub, we can create a new customer experience. So let's have a deeper look now at the new data strategy. All the tourism data is now stored in a central content and data hub, and this is Pimcore. But which data do I mean when I talk of tourism data? First of all, the destination products in Ferrotel, like accommodations, offers, infrastructures, routes, tours, points of interest, events, and experiences. Further, these are even routes and tours, like hiking trails, biking tours, or cross-country skiing tours. The next data sets are live informations, like the whole weather of Styria for each community, which we get from ZAMG Austria, or webcams from destinations or ski resorts or hotels. And the last input channel for our data hub are the 11 websites of our tourism destinations. So we collect all these data sets in our central content and data hub. Now it's easy for us to take these objects out of our data hub and transfer it to defined output channels. On the one hand, these are our own output channels, like websites, apps, or skills. And on the other hand, these are other channels, like the Austrian National Tourism Board, partner websites, and third-party platforms. So, Michael, let's have a look at the technical solutions, please, for our audience.
As we already heard now, there's a lot of data, there's a lot of information that needs to be processed in tourism. It's very complex, and therefore we always need a good technical solution, and this is something we have proudly with Pimcore. And I now want to invite Klaus to our session now, who will bring also the Pimcore perspective to our project. Hi, Klaus. Hi, Klaus.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we heard a lot of data. We are talking about the technical solution. In the past, we were always dealing with unique and complex solutions that we built just for Styria, or like we do it in other projects, or did it, with high effort in development, a lot of update effort, and a lot of costs and so on. And you, as Pimcore, provided us great opportunities to solve this issue in case.
Yeah, that's great, and it's right, absolutely right. So before I go into detail for that, I think it's, for the beginning, I have to say, really thank you, Marcus, for trusting us for all those years. I think that's so crucial for your open and innovative mindset, because, the journey started, I think, 2010, right?
2010.
So it's a really long time, isn't it?
1 year after Pimcore started.
Yeah. So really in the beginnings, right? So we were in the beginnings at that time. And you know all the prior versions from Pimcore, right? And with Pimcore X, we really, created, again, more benefit for Styria tourism. On the one hand, with the Asset Experience Portal. I already was talking about a bit before, and we will now see much more how beautiful this can look like when it's done by professionals, adapted by professionals with a great CD. And on the other hand, we got the Pimcore Datahub that really brings added value to Styria Tourism, providing all their data. We heard before from Marcus, so many activities, tours, and so on, so many data, or so much data. And, they have now the possibility to provide all that information in a consistent way, and it's just configurable. So they're really setting new standards, as Michi mentioned before, so it's not about customization here anymore. They really can focus on the special things, the special stuff. And with the Data Hub, they have the possibility, to really expand that solution over time. And they also benefit from the new features those will come in the next month and even years. So I think that's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really great. So it's a great story with Styria Tourism. It's a great story with Pimcore. It's very great to be here, and it's very great to talk about the Asset Experience Portal, because we have a lot of opportunities now. Styria Tourism has a lot of opportunities not using an archive that is totally individually developed for hundreds of users. They don't need to search for something like an asset, an image or something in Pimcore, the digital asset management, one of more than 600,000 assets in the system. So this is
huge.
Not quite,
this is great.
yeah, not quite useful. And so we needed to find a decision when we did the project together, taking Pixio, a tool that was already in use with the region in the project, taking Celum, a completely new system that hasn't been part of the system architecture yet, or, yeah, we did it, we took the Pimcore AXP. And why we did that? It's because it's very, very flexible. We can meet the needs of all target groups, internally, externally. There are more than 1,300 users that can take advantage of their login and of the portal, in fact. And yeah, they are very, very helpful functionality. So.
Yeah. And in regards to those functionalities, as we mentioned, it's all configurable. So all those settings, those can be configured in the backend. And we're not talking about the portal itself or only itself. We also talk about the so-called data pools, the subset they need to provide of their assets. And this all can be tailored and configured in the backend.
This is what we see here. This is the new AXP for Styria Tourism. It's a really great tool. And it's not just that, it's not just a dumb tool, as we know it from the market, where you can search for images, download, upload, and so on. It is also editorial. You can create content pages. You can lead your colleagues through the system, and that's a great opportunity. So, yeah, it's completely customizable, and it is state-of-the-art, and it is really competitive. So it's a great advantage for Styria Tourism, because there's a lot of data, there's a lot of assets. Yeah, it's a huge system to work with.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, I think that's the main difference to other solutions out there. It provides you the possibility to do a content mashup, not only providing assets like we know from other DAM portals, right? It's really the possibility to guide the user through the content by providing not only assets, but also editorial content like you need, and all those data objects we heard before. Yes.
This is what we see here. So after logging into the system, you can search within or navigate just through the website within the editorial part, or you can also use a navigation that is included in the portal. Each and every portal can be built up individually. Styria Tourism can create many different portals, so it's a really great tool. Pictures can be added to a collection, can be sent to a download card where you then download, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 assets you put into your card. You can send the images in between to your colleagues or external people as well. So it's a great and powerful tool. It's branded. It looks like, yeah, very, very professional, and it's a really cool tool for you. So.
Yes, it is, Michael. It's really amazing, and it's green, if you have seen it, yes? Styria is the green heart of Austria, and that's why. So the data hub of Pimcore is really amazing, and it's really easy to use, also for people like me that are not experts in coding or so. But our main focus on the data hub is the quality of our data sets. First of all, we have to consolidate all the different data sets in Styria, because it is necessary that the different objects are totally equal from one destination in Styria to another destination. So we have the focus on data quality, and this is our main goal. Further, we must increase the quality of our data sets. Each object must have high-quality pictures with the correct rights, licenses, and conditions, really good description text and correct opening hours, for example. And only if the quality is great, the licenses are clear, and the objects are relevant, we will provide our Styrian tourism data to other channels. And now, with Pimcore Data Hub, this is really easy for everybody. We don't need any developer or agency anymore. Yeah? We can do it ourselves whenever we want.
At least for that stuff, right?
Yes.
You know, at least for that stuff.
And we can configure our Data Hub in just a second, and it's ready.
If you need assistance, you know where to find us.
This is great. So, Michael, please show the audiences how it works.
Well, you remember our system architecture from before. You know, there is a lot of data that comes to the system, comes to Pimcore, to the central data hub, and it can be shared to many different channels. And that's the great thing. Markus can do that without us. So, kind of.
Maybe.
Maybe you have already seen the session this morning where Christian Fasching also presented the Data Hub configuration. It's very, very interesting. You can take a deeper look there, how to configure all your data exports. So you can provide data in any form you wish. You can do that completely individual. It can be shared with your partners and several other external platforms, for example. And this is a great thing. So all data coming from the system can be shared. It can be transformed as well, and you can share the data in any form you wish. So combined with other data as well, and so on.
Really powerful solution. I think everyone who knows about GraphQL, for example, a bit knows how powerful that can be. And the great thing, as you mentioned, you can do this on your own with a little, knowledge and support. And it gives you full flexibility, and I think that's the important thing, right?
Yes, that's it.
This is the thing, if you want to be modern, if you want to be cool, use Pimcore. So we love Pimcore a lot. This is why we are here. This is why Markus is here. It's very great to implement projects together. And if you want to see what we did together the last time, just visit the new website. It's online for 1 month now. So explore and discover the new portal. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Oh, wow. I just love the user experience. I'm definitely going to visit the website steiermark.com after today. Now, as they have so much information, so many stories to tell, they have so much data that needs to be handled, just like tours, activities, hotels, restaurants, weather opportunities, so many, data, so much data. The more I hear, the more I am convinced that data management is really, really complex. nowadays in actually every industry. And just by watching this presentation, I am actually pretty convinced that I should visit Styria very, very soon, not just because of the great white wine they have there. Now, we'll be back after just a short, mini, tiny break, and, well, stick with us.